Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into this reading. This is going to be for what is your blind spot and what do you need to know right now. This is a timeless energy reading, so please only take it when it resonates and take the messages that resonate with you. And let's go ahead and get started, my love. So Virgo, main situation. Okay, the world showing up. I like that. The world is about completion, unlocking the next chapter, wrapping things up. So we have here the death as what you don't see coming. So that's really interesting. Maybe some of you guys might have a catalyst, right? The death is essentially a moment of transformation. This is a situation in your life that comes either to an end or makes you grow in a very personal and drastic way. And then you have here the Four of Pentacles, which is creating this level of foundation, security, and stability in your life. So let's go ahead and clarify a bit. I want to see what the world wants to tell you. I like that the world's showing up there. Again, there's this sense of unlocking the next chapter. You have two major arcanas in your reading. So this is a pretty significant reading for you. You have Page of Pentacles here showing up, clarifying the world. And you have the High Priestess. Okay. And then with the High Priestess, you have the Hermit showing up in reverse. Okay. So what that tells me is that the Page of Pentacles shows this action that requires grit, that requires consistency. It requires dedication. This is like basically moving forward in a way that you know is practical. So I like that. The High Priestess shows this sense of stillness that some of you guys can potentially fall back on, you know, not necessarily feeling too certain about moving forward. And what's interesting is that you also have the Hermit in reverse, which can signify this enhanced isolation, right? So some of you guys need to, you know, take action, even if it's baby steps, okay? You have to take action. There's something here that's completed. So you can't stay in this chapter anymore. Spirit is asking you to move forward. And again, even if it's small actions, even if it's something that's practical, that could be like a day-to-day thing, there's something here that you need to commit to, okay? You need to commit to this change. With the Death card, which is what you don't see coming, we're going to see what this big change is for you. What do we got? The Death card, that's what we don't see coming. You have here the Devil, okay? Devil energy shows a restriction, a refusal of wanting to liberate yourself from something. You have here the Lover showing that the choice is ultimately yours to make. So you will not be freed from bondage if you don't want to be free from bondage, so to speak. And then you have here the Eight of Wands, meaning if you choose to move forward, right? Like we talked about the Page of Pentacles, committing to this change, right? Because we have unlocked another level, unlocked another chapter. There is something that you have completed, and Spirit doesn't want you to stay in that stagnant energy anymore. So you have to commit to the change. And if you don't know that vision, if you don't know what the next step is, then Spirit is asking you to commit to something that you can incorporate in your day-to-day. That could be a spiritual practice, that could be reading a book, that could be looking into things that, you know, can make you feel inspired, meaning like if, I don't know, you want to study a topic, something like that, you have to stimulate yourself, okay? And like I said here, you know, there is this energy of staying in your in your comfort zone. But Spirit is saying there's more than meets the eye. Once you choose to move forward, to commit to this change, to not stay in the stagnant energy, things will pick up. Eight of Wands, you might even receive communication that will help you along the way. The Death card is this energy of shedding your skin, of welcoming a new chapter. I just feel like there's this a lot of weight and restriction that some of you guys just have. And for whatever reason, you have already completed what you needed to complete. And Spirit wants you to see that there's so much out there for you, that this is not the only thing. You know what I mean? It's like, this is not the only thing. If this is a relationship, this relationship is stagnant. Okay, if this is a relationship, this relationship is stagnant. Some of you guys need to have some time apart. Some of you guys need to, again, spice it up, make different things in the relationship. If this is a career, you are stagnant in your career. You need to take different actions, different approaches, right? So very interesting energy. And then we have here this Four of Pentacles. What do we got? What do we got with the Four of Pentacles? Three of Swords. Yeah. I do feel like this could be love for some of you guys. Four of Cups. Not being interested in this offer anymore. And then the Seven of Pentacles, evaluation. So what I think is really interesting about this reading, you guys, is that you go from the World to the Death and in the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is still an energy that doesn't want to release, you know, what they have because they're afraid that they're not going to receive something back in return. And what this is saying is that if you don't allow yourself to release it so you can welcome new things in your life, the heartbreak or the disappointment is going to be even harder to deal with because you're essentially blinding yourself, and you're now putting yourself in a position where you can be blindsided, where you now have the opportunity to move forward and make the decisions yourself. Don't wait for someone to break your heart. You know what I mean? Don't wait for work to promote someone else. You know, if you are in a toxic environment in work, in your personal life, whatever it is with your friendships, Spirit is saying you have to make the move that shows that you know your value. Okay? You have to make the move that you know shows your value. Because if you just stay complacent, then things are going to happen that are going to affect you even more. Okay? So final card for this reading, you guys. Final card. Final card for the reading. What do we got? What do we got? Final card for the reading. We have here the Empress. See? So attract. Be in your energy of abundance. This is also a reassurance that when you take the proper steps, you will find success. I mean, you are not successful. You know what I mean? You have the world that shows that you are the package. You have what it takes, but you got to see it, you know, because right now you're not seeing it and you're stagnant. And Spirit is saying, don't do that to yourself. Don't hold on to what's comfortable. Because right now you have the upper hand. You can just say, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, versus waiting for something really drastic and hurtful to happen. You can say, I don't want to be in this friendship anymore. Same concept. You can say, you know what, I'm going to look for another job instead of waiting and feeling, you know, looked over or taken advantage of. Like, you have the upper hand right now because you recognize the situation in your life. You know that you're successful in this part of your life. You know that you're a good partner. You know that you're a good worker. You know that you're a good friend. So why settle for things that are not to your standards? Okay. So with that being said, this is what I got for you, Virgo. Please let me know if this reading resonated with you in any kind of way. And if it did, drop me a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you do want to support my channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.